Right, welcome back. The last time we went ahead and declared war on Cuscatlan. Yeah, I was hoping to grab some territory off of them, but it turns out, because I have only a port in the Yucatan Channel and the Belize Bay... Where's that one? Is it under economic? Diplomatic? Thought I checked political. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I don't actually have the colonial range down to here, heck. Theoretically, if it weren't for the fact that I'm directly connected to Oyamu, I wouldn't be able to take it. So, yeah, there's some oddities involved with colonial range. It's so freaking low. So for right now, I'm just gonna have to wait for this truce to end before I can do anything, which is going to take a couple years. I'm still not able to do much down here. I can't actually take territory, I can just try to weaken them. Perhaps try to turn them directly into a vassal, but I don't want to do that. Well, if they're going to keep transferring trade power, then I don't care. I'm just going to wait some time. I doubt they're going to find powerful allies anytime soon, and even then I basically have under my control most of the highly developed provinces in the region. Anything to the south, outside of Chactamal, is honestly poor quality compared to what I have now. Well, okay, so there's these provinces. The rest, it's not so good. Okay, and this one too. Kakchika is actually pretty good. But I'm not interested in going further south for the time being. Not particularly. I want to integrate what I have and try to strengthen myself without requiring that. Of course, that's not easy. I can at least try. Oh yeah, I haven't expanded the bureaucracy in a while. Oh, I'm gonna lose some stability from this, but... oh well. Higher state reach is more important than a slight loss in stability. At least for right now. Alright, guess we're gonna go ahead and do that. Declaring war on a fellow Mayan is a sin, but a common one. That description's always fun. I don't think I'm actually going to need assistance. I probably can take out Chakamputum without any trouble, and it will take long enough for Quetzalcoatl to make their way up here, as long as I get some military access. There. Heck, if I do it with Itza, then they're gonna have to walk through here. Well, there's no natives along here. Or well, there are some here, so there's a slight chance they get attacked by them, and that's good in my book. So let's close off military access, so I can just waltz in. The chick knob. That's a war goal because there's nothing protecting that, so I can just, as I said, waltz in. And just take the province directly. This is the morale if I... yeah, if I put it to 0, we'll have 0.51 morale instead of 0.6. And it won't, yeah, if it's out in the seas, it won't, well, it won't. You know what? I'm just gonna cut it in half. It's 0.1 morale. against one transport ship, a fleet of 10. Yeah, I figured that would happen. Okay, we'll send off a couple troops over to the south, where they're going to be there to just siege it down, and then we'll just have to wait and see. I'm sure eventually, they will come. But until then, it should be safe to just wait and siege. Keep calm, siege things down. And I probably should consolidate regiments. Twice the number of troops and a slight shock advantage means I'll probably win. Although I doubt I'll be able to stack wipe them. I can easily deal more damage. Both in casualties and morale. Shift consolidate. In order to maximize fighting ability. When Civil War is over, I'll get a general. Alright, I could just get one now. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll get it now. I'll get the general now. There we are. Ooh, 2442. That is good. Right? And before the war is over, I'll actually remember this time to do the grant special commissions to loyalists. It lowers army tradition, but it gives quite a bit of noble loyalty, which should be good for the next reform. Of course, the whole thing about giving the nobility extra influence will end in about 2 years? Less than 2 years, okay, and then I can pass another reform. There are no other concessions I can make, so, well, I can have them make, so let's do that. Alright, core everything, and there we are. How state reach down here? 7.3%, actually quite decent. Of course, over here it's where it's best at 11.5%. Oh, and I should also send my ships to port. Since I'm unlikely to have enemies coming from this direction now, I'll just leave them over in the Yucatan Channel ports. So let's just do Yukon. We've got the best port, right? Level 5 harbor infrastructure. No harbor infrastructure. Okay. Oh, right. Right, that was the one that did the royal marriage. Of course, I'll make movements towards Itza for closer relations in the hopes of vassalizing them in the future. I'll have to heavily work on my economic base before I can do anything like that. But it'll likely be a non-issue. I'll work towards diplomatically bringing them in. As for Chak Temal, yeah, they're too big for that. I'll have to use more direct measures. Ah, separatists. That should be an easy task. Let's go through with it and then finish up for the day. Noble dues are definitely starting to come up, although tribute's still pretty high on my obligations list. It is rather interesting, I must admit. Right, and expires today. There we go. I should be able to grant the nobility quite a bit of stuff, actually. Arrange a strategic marriage. and promote their faction, and then let's remove the last restriction to noble services. Well, sir, the last of the loophole for the noble service obligations. Noble levies are now fully enforced and don't cost any extra. As a result, it should be easier to apply them, and I will be less reliant on the tribes for military power. Ah, okay, so they're gone. Alright. Get back to drilling, and I will stop here for now. So, we went ahead and defeated Chakan Putum and took their provinces. They were allied to Kutstatlan, but, well, that's an issue that's been resolved. Right now, my main focus is trying to convince Itza to become my subject. This will take time, then. It would definitely take time. Plus, there is the problem of nominal realm, which allows vassals to ally each other and declare war on each other. It's interesting, but eventually we'll get to that. Anyway, I mean, I should eventually start working towards regionalism and federalism. Devolved unitary. Eventually, of course. This should be when I decide to start annexing vassals. Otherwise, yeah. So my ruler has died, so the amazing general is gone from previous times. Now I've got a different amazing general that's actually better. 4 shock, 4 maneuver, 2 siege. 2 fire as well. That's really good at the start. So now I've got the ruler that I've been hoping to come up with 5 admin skill. So now my main, and I've also put together the money to build up a capital of rank 1 inside my capital province. Of course this will take time. I don't even know if residence labor is that accessible in this province. No, it's not. Okay. At the very least, more residents will start moving to here in search of work. So yeah, even if my ruler dies before I hit the rest of the requirement... Oh, ruler skill at least 3. Okay then! Yeah, because the heir is a 044. At the very least, I need capital ranks anyway if I want to get meritocracy. Because what it doesn't say is that you need capital of at least rank 3 in order to get to it. Oh, ruler skill of at least 3 admin points. Joy. Okay, well at least we'll make it faster, so that's at least something good. So for right now, I'm settling down and going to wait. I'm going to take time to try to get some reforms through up until I get to the point where I get legalism, so I can go through a bunch of texts in order to give myself an advantage. Once I get that, yeah. Hopefully I can get the bureaucrats to have more power. The aristocrats have a huge amount of influence, but it's not completely dominant yet. So I'm still able to pass reforms against them. It's just fun. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Until then.